The air in the laboratory hung thick and cold, heavier than usual. The tremor hadn't just shaken the building, it felt like it had raveled the very foundations of reality. Elias Finch clung to a diagnostics panel, his knuckles white. Thorne, what remained of him, stood hunched before the observation console, his face a mask of feverish intensity. "Report," Thorne rasped, his voice strained. "Timeline synchronization at 99%, sir," Elias managed, his voice trembling. "The Temporal Lock Protocol failed. We were locked onto the Martian timeline." The word locked felt like a death sentence. The Martian timeline, a fractured echo of humanity's future, a desolate cityscape of obsidian spires and patrolling drones, a place where Thorne's designs had seemingly taken root and twisted into something monstrous. "The drones they're adapting," Thorne muttered, more to himself than to Elias. "Countermeasures elegant, brutal." Suddenly, synthesized voice, cold and utterly impersonal, cut through the tension. "Containment breach. Sector Gamma 9. Repeat, containment breach. Commencing Protocol Omega." Elias felt a jolt of pure terror. Protocol Omega. The last resort. Full lockdown, complete isolation of the affected sector, and something far more unsettling. Before he could process the implications, the laboratory doors hissed open, revealing a procession of figures clad in archaic armor, their movements stiff and unnatural. They marched with a chilling precision, their visors reflecting the flickering lights of the laboratory. "What were those?" Elias stammered, his eyes wide with disbelief. Thorne didn't answer. His gaze was fixed on one figure in particular, an older man, his face etched with a weariness that transcended time, radiating an almost palpable pity. He was a mirror image of Thorne himself, but aged, hardened, and undeniably burdened. "Reeve Sumerian 416, the older man said, his voice a low, resonant hum. "The cycle continues. It must continue." "The cycle?" Thorne's voice was raw with defiance. "You think you can control me? Control as asterisk. I am the architect. I will not be bound by your predestination." The older man, Reeve Sumerian, simply regarded Thorne with a sad smile. "You misunderstand, Aris. You are not creating the cycle. You are part of it. The loom reweaves. Always." "The loom," Thorne repeated, his brow furrowing. What are you talking about?" "A mechanism," Reeve Sumerian explained, his voice echoing with an unsettling serenity. "A framework for events. It is beyond your comprehension, but its purpose is clear: to maintain order, to prevent chaos." "Chaos is preferable to your tyranny," Thorne retorted, his hands clenched into fists. He took a step forward, but a wave of energy pulsed from Reeve Sumerian, throwing Thorne back against the observation console. "You will not stop the process, Aris," Reeve Sumerian said. "Your attempts only reinforce the inevitable. You believe you can defy destiny, but you are merely dancing to a tune you do not hear." Elias watched in horror as Thorne struggled to rise, his face contorted in a mixture of rage and despair. He recognized the patterns now, the echoes of future designs bleeding through the fractured timeline, the same brutal efficiency, the same relentless pursuit of order, only twisted and amplified. He understood, with a sickening certainty, that Thorne was not just a scientist, he was a key component in a machine far larger and more terrifying than he could have ever imagined. "I'm not a pawn," Thorne gasped, his voice choked with frustration. Reeve Sumerian merely raised a hand, and the armored figures advanced, their movements synchronized and implacable. "Containment protocol initiated," the synthesized voice announced. "Laboratory doors sealing." The hiss of the doors echoed through the lab as they began to close, separating Elias from Thorne, from the chaos unfolding before him. He was trapped, alone. "What about Elias?" Thorne shouted, his voice desperate. Reeve Sumerian did not respond. The doors slammed shut, plunging the laboratory into near darkness. Only the glow of the humming chronarium core illuminated the space, its vibrations intensifying, a palpable warning of escalating danger. The last thing Elias heard, before the darkness swallowed him whole, was Thorne's anguished cry, "I won't let you take me. I won't." The photograph on the datapan was grainy and faded, depicting an elderly man with kind eyes and a gentle smile. He looked nothing like the Thorne Elias knew, the driven, obsessive scientist consumed by the Loom and the Martian timeline. A caption, handwritten in a familiar script, accompanied the image of grandfather, the foundation. The datapad slipped from Elias's numb fingers, clattering against the metal floor. He was alone, imprisoned, and the mystery surrounding the grandfather felt heavier than any physical restraint. The Loom, he realized, was not just a machine, it was a legacy.